Hey guys, today I'm going to be discussing some of the most underrated SPs in all of One Piece. This list will be going in order on based off what I think is the least undervalued and underrated to the most undervalued and underrated. So starting off, we have Nami and Boa Hancock from OP09. I think these cards, they're on a bit of a decline now. I think this one was up to around 12 14. I think it had a $1,400 listing at one point. It's now down to 814. It's actually below the Boa, which a while it was way above it. Now it's actually below it from the Boa. The Boa, it's been on a run up. It's been steady around $875, $900. I think these are two of my favorite SPs in all of One Piece, if not my favorite too. And it's from my favorite set in all of One Piece, Emperors in the New World. So I think these have a lot of potential, and there's only 19 listings and 30 listings, so there's more of the Nami now. I think these are still not the best price. I'd probably wait till it came down maybe to 700 ish. I think that'd be a decent entry, but I think there are more underrated SPs on this list. Next, we have the Bubble Zoro, which was up at $1,400. Just came out within the past few months. It came out in January. This card is down $500, $500. I think this card right now, it's kind of become iconic. It's nicknamed the Bubble Zoro. It's probably a lot of people's favorite SP and one of the most recognizable SPs in One Piece at this point. I feel like this card has a lot of potential in the future. I think obviously they'll have another OP14 reprint, so there will be more copies coming to market. But I think this one is kind of a safe bet. I think this will be a lot of people's chase cards and grail cards, and it's one of the most well-known SPs in the hobby. So I think this one has a lot of room to grow in the future. Next, we have this Ace from Two Legends. Now, Two Legends isn't the best set. There's 22 listings, but I think this Ace card is really nice. And it ran up to 330. Now it's back down to 242, basically. I think this is one of the nicest SPs, the Kaleidoscope style that people, I mean, a lot of people like, but at $240, I feel like this is a good SP to pick up right now. Next, we have the Edward Newgate SP at $200. This one was at $100, then it doubled in the past run up. I think this SP looks really nice. It has all the characters, it's very colorful. I think it's a very nice SP. That being said, Newgate isn't the most popular, so maybe I would actually probably swap that, and I'd say the Ace is more underrated. But Whitebeard is still very popular. The artwork is very unique in a way for Whitebeard, and I think it looks really good. So yeah, that card's underrated. Next, we have the Doflamingo SP from 500 Years in the Future, and I think this one is just a really cool, unique SP. It kind of has an alternate art style, but it's an SP, so the rarity is still there. And 500 Years in the Future is getting an older set. It's only $115. At one point, it was $50, so it's not too bad. I think it's come down a little bit, about $20. It's actually pretty steady, and there's 28 listings, a couple copies at 115 to 120. So it's no rush, but I think this is a really nice SP. It's Doflamingo, a lot of people's favorite villain in One Piece, and one of the best villains they've done in One Piece for sure. So yeah, that's underrated. Next, we have the Silvers Rayleigh SP. There's 67 listings, and I think this is more underrated. It went up to 120, now it's back down to 65. I think this is just a cheap copy. Like, I think people are forgetting how rare SPs are. And it's in OP11. That box is $400. This is a $65 SP of Luffy's teacher. This card will not stay $65 forever. I think it's a very mid-range price point. I feel like to get a SP that looks really nice. It's Young Silvers Rayleigh from OP11, an expensive set. This card will not be $65 forever. Next, I have Lilith and Smoker SP, and I have these on the list because they're in OP13. OP13 is going to probably be one of the most expensive boxes on the market, and these SPs will be hard to pull and hard to get for people to actually get. There's 44 listings of the Smoker and 35 listings of the Lilith. Again, same thing as the Rayleigh. It's in that $60 to $65 price point. I think it looks nice. I think the cards look really well. Now, I could see this being a $120 card, so I think maybe you could 2x your money if you bought these. Maybe you could get it a little bit cheaper and get a higher return. But I think these are kind of safe picks considering OP13 will be such an expensive pack and box in the future. Next, we have the Buggy SP at $150. This was up to $200, it looks like, at one point. It had a little run up here, came back down. There's 22 listings of 150. This card is, when I first joined One Piece, this was probably my top 3 favorite SPs, if not my favorite SP. I think this artwork is it's the best Buggy artwork in the whole game. It's my favorite one for sure. It has the gold, the jewels. I really like how the colors work together. It's $153, so it's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but I think this is people's favorite Buggy SP, or favorite Buggy in general too. That I think will just not get much cheaper than this. I think this will be $200, $300 in the future, and it's just a really nice card. Next, we have the Shanks SP from OP11. Again, it's similar price range to the Buggy. From OP11, $160. It went up to $200, and now it's back down. And all these cards have buying opportunities. Like, sure, yeah, they could go lower. Maybe it'll go to 120, 130, you know, something like that. But I feel like the risk, you have so little risk of this card and so big upside. I mean, SPs are not easy to pull, and people are kind of forgetting that right now. This card will be hard to pull and hard to get, and less likely to come to market because it's from OP11 as well. So this will just be a hard card to get, and it'll be harder and harder to find as the years go on. Next, we have the Trafalgar Law, OP10. This is actually from PRBO2. $160 for one of the nicest Law SPs in the game. I'm not sure if they're doing a reprint of PRBO2, but they haven't announced it, and they don't really like to reprint their premium boosters. So I think this card, there's 44 listings, so I think you have more time to pick this one up. But personally, I think the artwork's really nice, and it goes well with another one of the artworks in this set, as you'll see. Next, we have the Zoro Juro SP from Legacy of the Master. Now, Legacy of the Master is not the most expensive set, but this is a $200 Zoro SP, 52 listings. It went up to 263, and I'm a really big fan of this card. I think these SPs aren't really talked about, aren't really looked at, and they're really nice. They're super nice in person. The purple and the black contrast very well, and it looks like an amazing person card. And you're paying $200 for a Zoro SP. That's not a bad price, I think. And I think it's more underrated because people are like, OP12 is not really getting as much love as other sets, so I think it'll be one of those cards that will just slowly tick up over time that people are noticing now. Next, we have my favorite of the two, the Porteous D Ace SP from Legacy of the Master, and this is at $150. This is even cheaper, 42 listings. I think this is one of the best SPs in the market, and I think the price point is really good, $150. I think people could see this card being valued at $300, $400, $500 in the future. I really like this SP. I think not enough people are talking about it or looking at it. I think right now OP012, like I said, is kind of going under people's radar. And this is probably the best SP from the set. I think you can't go wrong. Now lastly, we have the Shanks SP from PRBO2. This SP looks incredible in person. This could possibly be my favorite SP in all of One Piece. Besides maybe the Bow and the Nami. But this is $200 while those are $800 to $900. This SP looks insanely good in person. Again, from PRBO2, went up to $260. Right now it's $60 off. Maybe it could go down. There's only 23 listings from a set that may never get reprinted. I think this card is incredible. It's insanely good. If you would like Shanks, I would get this SP immediately. I could see this card being $600. Maybe I'm just biased towards the artwork, but I think this artwork is incredible, hard to pull. I mean, it has the lowest listed copies on the market, so maybe people are buying it. Let's see, in the last month, 2, 4, so maybe like around 10 copies have sold. But this is one of those cards where people aren't paying attention to it now, and then in a few months, if One Piece goes on another run, this card will be raised in price 100%. I think looking for gradable copies of this card, you also have a grading play on it. I think this is the nicest SP for Shanks for sure, and maybe in the game. I think this card's underrated. I would definitely recommend picking this up if you like this card. The artwork is nice. And yeah, so these are my most underrated SPs in all of One Piece. Yeah, go get them while you can. Thanks for watching the video.